Hi everyone, I am Shan.
And I am Tam. This is the Real Talk Podcast.
On this podcast, we have some candid conversations between us about love, family, faith, relationships, parenting, work-life balance, and everything in between.
We invite you to not only listen, but interact with us and our guests as we have some real
Talk.
Okay, so greetings, Shantam fam. We are back again today with Ms Fabulous Fabian Dehaney. Tam and I are so excited to talk to our sister. You know, Fabian has been on a few of our platforms, and she is such a powerful woman of God, mother, businesswoman, right? She worships. Fabian worship. You know, want this woman pray for you. The earth move, right? Ministry woman. She is so big in her church, and Fabian has such a love for people, and her testimony is so powerful. So Tam and I are so humbled and so happy to have her here with us today. We're going to talk a little bit about changes over 40, what that looks like, you know, for those of us who want to learn or have any thoughts or anything, we're going to share with you tonight. So I'll open it up for us to have the real talk, the real conversation with Ms Fabulous. So Fabian, welcome.
Thank you. You know, so tonight is going to be a little bit different because we're really going to talk up the real talk them tonight.
Yes.
Talk up the things, Fabian.
So we're talking about life after 40, Ms Fabulous. So talk to us about some of the changes or why you thought about that topic.
Why, to tell you the truth, I always thought to myself, nobody talk about what really happened after 40. And, you know, at first I was like, you know, 40 came and I was like, everything, you know, still a go on like it was 39. And then your season in at the 40 and 41 and 42 and 43 start come up, and I said, but I walk 1 year, so all of a sudden start some little, you know, some little white things start appear. And I said, what do you mean pepper green like no, sir, you know, and one turned into 2 and 2 next week.
Half a dozen and 6 dozen.
I mean, I said, okay, you know, that this is no problem, you know, but me I tell you, say one day, you know, me I talk to hubby and me I say, boy, you know, say, them pepper green here are increased, and I say, boy, I mean, not want to tell you what else I turn pepper green, you know. Me say, what? Me say, listen, I can't give me, make me see where I go and you stop. Because me never know so them things here ton.
We say gray all over.
I was traumatized, trust me.
In a depression for 1 week,
A real talk. Like, nobody talks about these things for real, Fabian. I don't recall having or hearing any conversation from anyone or in any circle about any of these things. So I was so more than glad to hear you suggest this topic to us. And hopefully our listeners can be open to hearing just the real things. Like, we're not going to sugarcoat it here, right?
No,
you have to be real. You have to be real.
And in fact, that great thing, I'm telling you, it was a shock for me. I mean, we talk about it in my 40, because I have a 40 and fabulous group of girls where we went to school together. So we've been going through the changes together, and, you know, being a close knit little circle, we can really talk about the real things in that. But it never came up before. And it just took one person to say, by the way, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody else was like, I think I did me alone.
No,
I know.
Nobody talk about these things and it become elephant in the room. I said, no, sir, then I want to go in a depression. Like with this thing here, like, it just hit you. You might think it's not a big deal until you really grab one mirror and look and you say, oh my God, may I get old? The reality really lick your 40 is kicking in.
Real talk.
Real talk.
So, okay. So, what are other changes that you see, Miss Fabulous, other than the gray hair? When you talk about other changes, can we keep it real tonight? What are
Yes, we
some
are keep
other
it real.
changes,
We are keep it
physical,
real.
hormonal changes that come? So, me can expect, right? Or me can look forward to what will go on for me. What are some other hormonal? Because I hear people say life starts at 40. And even for a woman, that's when their sexual peak goes up. Is that truth or is
No,
that
that
no?
is true. Me not telling a lie. Me not telling
Okay.
a lie. When party kick in, me said to myself, no, sir. Me think when me did that 18 and 19 and them early 20s, then me did a like stallion. You know what I mean? Say, party kick in and me say, me feel
Where's
sorry.
that? You kill lion. You kill lion. You kill him.
Lion boy, me telling you, if you start take your vitamin, then me have to go start and work out and thing because me don't know why me the on fire so like it can't out.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? Me not telling no like it kick up a notch.
Right.
And I don't know if it's at this point because the kids them older or because
they have more time
in my skin. Me not have no hang-ups. What it is what it is. And me not afraid that it me just say this year I sit down and this year I turn over. And so me ever ready. And me send a text message them and me I say, yo, that's why I love Friday, you know. That's why I love Friday.
Where's the Friday at your time?
Tomorrow. So nobody not time limit.
Real talk.
Real talk, Fabian. You know,
Real talk.
The other day I saw something said Trey and Wash Belly gone on vacation. I said, boy, I said, no, sir, me don't love to be a fly panda wall there. You know the house there.
Every minute me I send them when every minute me I give them pocket money. Me I say, they must say, mommy, you get so generous. Every minute me I give them money.
I said, mommy need our free time. 40 and fabulous.
No, but seriously, Fabian, you said something there that really resonated with me too, because I feel that it's, you're in a different stage of even the family life. And Shan mentioned that the kids are getting older. They've gotten older. They're a little bit more independent. I know the same is true for my own family setting, right? Even though I still have relatively young kids compared to, your kids, but they are at an older, different stage. We can't actually, my husband and I ended up leaving them together for a weekend. When that would I ever happen before? You know what I mean? So it really does unleash a whole new way of operating. Your mind is in a different place. You still have everyday stress, but it's not the same before.
Not the same.
It's not the family stress of the young ones. And sometimes when them younger, you don't really sleep because you're worried if them get up, if them cough, if them are coming in your room. All those stress and worry that you've done for years is just down now because they reach to an age of a little bit of independence.
Right. Yeah.
So your mind now, because so when it comes to them things there, your mind is occupied more time early on in the relationship.
Yeah, thinking about other things.
Yeah, the mind free. So when your mind free now, I can entertain intimacy. And the more me entertain it, because me I say, wow, the body still a one. And the more interest me peak in it, and the more time I want to spend, cuddling and hugging and touching and all those things that sometime before you didn't have the time to do it. You just have to kind of make time for the act and get where you can get now. It's some long-term things that go on.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, you can put in the work, and as you say, you can get away for a weekend quick.
Yeah.
And not have to worry about them as much because they're now a lot more independent.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Even just going out for dinner, I find my husband and I now spend a lot more time together. We would just say, all right, and we call him and say, all right, you want to go out for dinner? He's like, are we bringing the kids? Of course not.
No, we're not. They must stay home.
We don't care them.
I know. You need time to yourself.
I hear you on that one, Fabian. That's a real talk. True thing.
No, man, a true thing. The other thing I noticed too is, the other day, me and my car and kind of have me heels. Come and love me heels them in the back of the car. And usually, you know, say, yeah, driver just push up a one stop sign and just stretch back and take up your heels them. And I say, wait, me can't reach heels them.
Real talk.
Real talk.
Like, I'm going here. So if I say, your body not as flexible as it is, so you know, say, you know what?
Yes.
I must have to wait till I reach my destination and open the car and cover me.
Look here. But in your mind, Fabian, how old are you?
Trust me, honestly, I'm still in my late 20s in my mind.
Can I tell you, how is that possible? But then your body, I tell you, says, stop it.
Your body, I tell you something different.
You know how much morning me have to literally roll out of the bed to try and stand up?
Mister, you almost have to talk yourself into getting out of the bed.
You're feeling pains in places where you're like, where did this come from? What did I do? You understand? And for no good reason.
So true. And nobody wants to talk about this. The other day, I said to myself, you know, I tell my girlfriend, say, yo, me really, that's how I start get up and go back at my gym, you know, because I say,
yes.
So I'm going to go put on the panty, and I say, put in one foot and the second foot, I don't know how it's going to make it in. And I say, what one is? So I'm a flexible girl. No, I say, Shan, me have to dashy.
A lie. Where you say you have to do something, you have to do something.
No, this a flexible body. I have to end up back in the gym and start stretch and get everything working. And like before it was just automatic. Mr. No man, you realize the thing starts cease upon you if you know
yes,
really.
If you're not use it. Right? If you're not stretch. And the older we get too is the less we can do certain things. So to your point to Fabian, the exercise, right? We really have to try ways to incorporate that. Even if you're walking in the morning, whatever you're doing, we have to even the way we eat as well too. Because the older we get, is the harder certain things become.
And it's harder it is to take it off. And me I tell you, 3 weeks in the gym, you feel your body start come up because
it's
you know,
reset.
It reset. Yeah. But the moment you take a pause, it just easily starts seize upon you. But as soon as you start and I realize that you have to incorporate some of that in your lifestyle, workout.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But can I ask you this, Fabian? Do you feel more comfortable though in your body? Like
I do.
I me too. Me too.
Do.
Like me know say, you know, I know every day big belly I wear, but guess what happened? And every day I go put on the liquor something when I go show it up. But I'm okay with it. Like I feel like you know, I've
never been so comfortable. I said in my teenage years, I used to worry about everything. You put on 1 pound and you fret.
Yeah.
I don't find those things are worrying to me. Let me tell people, so I got gym for me and for maintain my flexibility. Yeah. I really got gym become one.
Absolutely.
I'm obsessed with those things because I'm very comfortable in my skin.
Right.
I just want to make sure that I'm healthy. I want to make sure that, you know, I can't stretch and I can't get in the right position.
Man.
They not move me around and you know, just stop there. You know,
can't manage you.
Real talk.
Real talk.
Real talk. No, but that's true.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, I feel the same way too. And like I said, if I put on something now and I'm like, okay, this fit a little close, I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? I'm okay with showing the curves. Me okay with showing the little love handles sometimes because I feel like I've earned it. I've earned.
Honestly, back in the day with all them girl they were 3-4 size smaller than you and you feel like you're gonna pass up. I have no time for that. I know. I have no time. I just put
where you say you show them the odds.
I said no way me I go sit down in a restaurant and can't eat the food in front of me. No, I said done with that. I just put on my little spandex and get my little shaper. I'm good to go. My size up and just look nice and smooth in my outfit. Very confident. I find the confidence has gone through the roof. Over 40. The other thing that I find too, when it comes to people and stressors, you just cut and go through it.
Oh wow.
you find that if the friendship wasn't meaningful, I've been hanging on to it for years in my 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, okay, Fabian, look back. You've been hanging on to something that is just dead weight.
Not there.
Let it go.
And you don't feel any way about it.
And I don't feel any way. I find that guilt that I used to have and put towards it is gone. I'm just like, I'm older now, and I state my fact. I don't keep malice. We can always keep the friendship at different levels, but I am so confident in the decisions that I make and also who I am. So if who I am is not good enough for you, tough, that is a you problem. Because I am not going to try to conform and change me to please other people at this point. And I found that came when I got into my 40s and I started to look at life. I said, no, sir. You gotta be authentically who you are and not allow other people to project on me who they think I should be.
So that is awesome, Fabian. What is that? Maturity, or you just because you just been through life and you know what at this point now you figure that, you know, I've done life and I know what I want. What is that? Is it maturity, or is the fact that you've been there, done that?
You know what? I think it's a little bit of both.
I think so too.
You matured with the age, and as you get older too, you start look at life and you start saying, you know what? My next decade is 50, and after that, what are the little things that I've wasted time on in my 30s and wish I hadn't done? Because sometimes you have to speak back to your 30-year-old and 20-year-old self with the 40-year-old knowledge that you have. And I'm making it into my 40s. Not going to do it.
Yeah, I feel the same way too. I thought for me, it was just that I don't have the tolerance. I don't have the tolerance or patience with foolishness no more. You understand? Because, like you said, I feel like I've lived, I've experienced, I have a good understanding of who I am as a person. I now solidly believe in who I am as a person. And I know what I want my life to be about. I know what I want in my life. I don't want the negativity. No. So guess what? My this decade for me is about, if you can't bring to me what I want as a part of my life, you're excused. Okay?
That's it right there. So excuse me. You're excused.
Real talk. Real talk.
So I feel the same way. I mean, listening to you talk is almost like a deja vu in my head, because I feel like these are the same things that exactly are applying to my life right now and what I'm adopting and I see in myself, you know. I can't bother with the nonsense, right?
100%.
I'm not, like you said, even with the friendships, I'm like, okay. If this really isn't working for me, you can move
on. Move on. Keep it moving.
Friend. Because okay, we do want them that are solid and are developed and are meaningful and are positive. You know what I mean? So
totally agree. Totally agree. Totally.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Real talk.
You know, I think for me, I also put a lot more value on my relationship. I feel like for the first couple of decades in my life, I was so concerned about my children.
Right.
I feel like a lot of my time and energy, as much as I did invest in my marriage, was my mindset. A lot of what was going on in my head is to say, Lord, you know, help them through high school and then elementary and then find a career and then, you know, university or college. So my headspace was there. A lot of focus on them. And I don't know if it's 40s as well as the kids are older that I can now switch my mindset to think more about my relationship with my husband and also a lot of self-care for myself.
Yeah.
I never used to take all my vacation day. I remember when Manny started high school, and I always take those first 3 days off in high school from when Trey was a child. And I remember when I took the day off and I was getting ready to drop him to school, and I guess he couldn't find the courage to tell me until last minute that I'm not gonna, I don't want you to drop me. I'm walking with my friends.
Oh gosh.
Devastated. I was devastated.
Watch Billy,
Wow,
wow.
you know, send me ball. Me cry. I said, Manny, you couldn't. And I took the day off, and I was like, what am I gonna do with myself now? And him, you know, I'm gone to school with him friend them, and him know what. And then I realized, take the day for yourself.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning of my take my time off for self-care till now. The self-care day I get out of control because it seems like
every day I got self-care.
Every month you on this mommy day off and mommy self-care, it's getting out of control. So I just realized that I love my company. Like I love spending time by myself. And I love just going out and really just focus on the things that I like to do. And I didn't do that for the longest time until this decade of my life. And I said, oh my God, this is actually rewarding.
Yeah. You can shift your gear and shift your mindset now to focus on different things. And as you say, it really, the children getting older, you know, it comes with different stressors, right? But at least, you know, the day-to-day stressor, worry about them like that. You take time for you and your relationship, right? You start focus some of the energy and stuff into that.
Yes. And I find that, you know, I know men don't really express themselves to say that they felt neglected or whatever. But now that I'm spending a lot more time and a lot more focus on Lion, I can see the difference. I can see the little smile coming back, and I can see that little, oh, boo, really? Like some days he's off on Monday, and I randomly pick that day off as well. And I'm like, oh, you know, I'm off today. So the tour I go for him, I say, you just take the day off or just spend it with me. And I'm like, because
make it feel special.
It feels special. Usually a field trip or something with the kids that I work out my vacation day to do. So now it's like we're both just home, and I'm like, me and you, we're gonna do a thing, and then we're gonna go up on the road. And so I find that builds back that little extra intimacy in the relationship at this point to spice it up a little bit. So I definitely find those changes now in my life. I was like, these are things that we never really talked about, and these are things that I'm realizing being over 40 now, how important those things are, and how much energy I've spent here, that I'm now displacing as I get older and put them into perspective.
Right. Do you feel that you have embraced the aging process? Though, like,
you know, it's so funny. 30 was hard for me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about the number 30, but I went into like mad depression at 30. I just didn't want to see anybody. I just felt unaccomplished. I just felt like I didn't. But boy, I'm here to tell you, so when 40 did I kick in, a piece of excitement.
I know. I felt the same way too. I'm like, I'm celebrating this birthday, everyone. After.
For all month, from me 40 till 43, come up. Everybody's like, you just tell everybody your age. There's something exciting about
40.
I love it. Fabulous and 40, mighty. I love it. I said I will count down. I look forward. I plan my little getaway and what I want to do with my girlfriends and what I want to do with Shan and what I want to do with myself. There's a piece of excitement that hit me in my 40s that I'm like, whoa, this breeze that we have blew up.
Love it.
You know what I think it is? I think that while we're approaching 30 or in our 30s, there's still a lot of societal pressure that we take on in terms of what are the things that you are expected to accomplish or to be in those years. And then that moves from translating into, like we talked about before, when you get to 40, you're like, listen, this life is really about
live your life. Life short, live your life.
This life is really about me and mine. So, you know, everything else can kind of take a backseat and let me do what I want to do. Let me be who I am comfortable being, you know? So I think that has a lot to do with that. I feel the same way too. And to let the cat out of the bag, me even beyond your years in the 40s, just to make you know. So I've been going through it a little longer time than you have, but I feel the exact same way. And I feel like, why am I going to spend my time now worried about the fact that I'm getting older? It's natural. It's inevitable. You understand? Once God bless you with the life, you're gonna be moving forward. The numbers are not going back.
I know.
That's exactly what I feel. It becomes an honor. It is such an honor to be in my 40s, and I tell people I feel honored to make it to this stage in my life.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've been through so much, and I feel like I'm at a place that I feel a lot more settled, and this settlement is sweeter to me than any number.
Yeah.
And I never have felt that settlement. I was, as you say, 30s, you just felt like, based on the societal pressure of where you should be or should see yourself, I didn't feel like I was there. And it took me like a whole 10 years to really iron out that feeling that hit me at 30 that I carried with me through so many years in my 30s to get to 40. Now I'm like, no. I'm not going back there. I'm not spending time on haters. I'm not spending time on watching things that are not edifying to me. I'm not spending time on what people have to say or think about me. I'm focused on Fabian because I've given so much of my years trying to please, trying to do this, trying to do that, and realize that it doesn't matter how hard you try. Some people will just never accept you.
But real talk.
Real talk. You get to the place now where you're just like, this is me.
Yeah.
And who I am is who God created me to be. And guess what? I am so good in my skin. Yeah. The 40 skin is a skin I love to wear.
Love it or leave it.
Love it. This was awesome, Fabian. Now me I look forward to 40.
We're gonna have a big celebration for you.
What? Fabulous at 40? You forgot that Ms Fabulous.
Oh, you know me not miss it.
My goodness, there is so much more that we can talk about. We probably have to go do a part 2 to this, but because we want to keep these conversations short and spicy, we just want to say thanks to Ms. Fabulous for just dropping in on us this evening to, give us her words of wisdom and to inject a little fun into these conversations, as we know she's really so good at. So, Ms. Fabulous, thank you so much. We are going to have you back. So there is no saying no, even though one of the things about 40s that you're comfortable saying no.
Comfortable.
Yes, but we are family, so you have to come back.
May I tell you right now, say you can't say no.
No, it's not an option.
No, it's not an option. Shan and Tam loves you as much as we love you. Thank you so much, Fabian. And Tam, keep listening. And drop us a comment for any one of the podcast episodes. Let us know what you think, what your thoughts are, and if there are topics that you want to hear from us. Until next time, fam, remember to visit our Facebook page at Real Talk with Shan and Tam. You can find us on Spreaker, Spotify, YouTube, and iHeartRadio podcasts. Until next time, walk good, take care.
Don't forget to visit Shan and Tam on all their social media websites. At Sisters Shan and Tam on Instagram, Shan Tam Lodge-Lee on Facebook, and check out their blogs at shanandtam.blogspot.com. Tune in again next time on Real Talk.